Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on biological molecules. So pause the video here, try this question out, and continue on to see how I answer it. Okay, this one, there's a lot going on, okay? If you look at the question for how it is, it seems pretty simple. But then, do you ever get this problem where you read the 6 mark, you're like, yeah, this is fine, let's do it. The moment you write, you realise, wait a minute, I'm about to get really overwhelmed because there's so much to say and it's only 6 marks, you know? That's an issue that you could face, most likely than not, on this question. And you can see from the mark scheme, it spans quite a lot as well. But remember, for a 6 mark, you don't need everything on the mark scheme, you just need to hit the majority of it. So let's make this simple for you, right? Let's read the question first. Describe and explain how the structure and properties of different carbohydrates and lipid molecules suit them to their role as an energy storage molecules in plants and animals. I had to put in the commas because it's just too much. So first things first, check the command words. Describe and explain. Okay, it tells you the vibe of the answer because it's just regurgitation. This is something you know, so you just need to write it. Now, structure and properties. It's also guiding you what to write. So the structure of carbohydrates, structure of lipids, properties of both of them. And then I put A and B for just to make it simple really for myself and not get overstimulated by it. But carbohydrates and lipids, we know what we're dealing with. And then lastly it says how it suits their role as an energy storage molecule, really. So in this sort of situation, right, split it off into 2 parts. So I would write carbohydrate here, leave some space, lipids there, leave some space. Honest to God, for this sort of question, I would just regurgitate as much as I can remember from both carbohydrates and lipids. Just say it. Just say it how it is. State all the obvious points. Just say what you know. Okay? And you can see how the marksman kind of does that as well. So if we look at carbohydrates, it has the likes of, polymers of glucose. Oh my god, did you know that? Oh gosh, that's crazy. It's so obvious. Come on, we all know it's polymers of glucose, but are you gonna write it? Sort of thing. That's why I tell you guys, state the obvious points. Next thing, glucose can be used in respiration to release energy. Yeah, it's a large molecule. You bet it is. Insoluble. Yep. These 2 points link to how their role as an energy storage molecule, because we don't want a molecule like an energy store that affects the water potential of the cell. That can't be. That's code not red. We don't want that. So those 2 points kind of relate to that. But also with these sort of mark schemes, I would definitely write this down in my notes, because not only are you learning more about carbohydrates and lipids, but you're also just kind of learning that to say how it is. Next thing, 1,4 glycosidic bonds. Yep, we all know they have that. Easy to break and release glucose, which is true. That links to this part, energy storage. Okay, we need something that can easily break. So, for example, glycogen in animals, it's like us even, has 1,6 glycosidic bonds as well as 1,4. Those 1,6 ones are amazing because they can easily be broken down and release the energy, or basically release glucose that can be used for respiration. So you can see how concepts are linking together and starting to make more sense in the bigger picture. Next thing, called shape. Can't lie, it's just talking about amylose, glycogen, all of that sort of thing. So it's just about amylose, glycogen, and then we have lipids over here. It's saying that it has more carbon-to-carbon bonds, whatever, kind of like a description. They are energy rich, which they are. They're insoluble, again, doesn't affect the water potential at all. They have long carbon chains, can be broken down to release carbon. This point is kind of linked to A2 content in terms of respiration, but you can still get away with the first part. And then animal fats are saturated, have a role in protection and insulation. Okay? So, as I said before, say everything you know under the sun about those two things. And that's pretty much what you need to do. So that's the end of today's video. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.